Okay, first I start by defining a variable and call it hour and set it to 10. My intention is to define hour as a 24-hour time format. Now I can say if hour is greater than 0 and it's less than 12, console write line, it's morning. So as you see, I put the expression here. That is a Boolean expression. I'm using AND here. So these two conditions will be evaluated, and if both are true, then this will be executed. Now I can have another condition. So I write else if hour is greater than or equal to 12 and it's less than 18, which is 6 p.m. console write line afternoon. And finally, I can have an else statement. So if none of the earlier conditions is true, then this piece of code will be executed. So it's evening. As I told you, if you have more than one line of code, you need to enclose them in curly braces. But some people say even if you have one line of code, it's good practice to put them in curly braces like this. Similar here. There you go. Let's run this program using Control and F5. So it's morning. In this case, because the hour was 10, this condition was evaluated and it was true, so this piece of code was executed. Now let's take a look at Conditional Operator. I'm going to change this piece of code. So first, let me clean this up. With ReSharper, we use Control and W to select some piece of code like this. It's really easy. It's much easier than putting the cursor here and using Shift and down arrow like that. So anywhere you are in the code, you can use Control W to select a piece of code or keep extending your selection like this. Okay. Now let's take a look at Conditional Operator. So I can define a bool, say is gold customer, and set it to true. I want to say if is gold customer, I want to have a float here, call it price. And here I say price is going to be $19.95. Otherwise, price is going to be $29.95. Now I can rewrite this code using a conditional operator. So I would say float price equals, I'll put the condition here, is gold customer, followed by question mark. Now if that condition is true, what do I want? I want $19.95. Else is specified using a colon. The price is going to be $29.95. And of course I can get rid of this. I just comment it. I keep it here so you can see them for comparison. And finally, I'll put the price on the console. So let's review one more time. That's the condition. If that's true, then what we have after question mark and before the colon will be executed. So $19.95 will be returned and assigned to the price variable. Otherwise, is specified using a colon. And here, what we put here will be returned and set to the price here. So it's just a shortcut to write an if-else statement. Let's run the application. So the price is $19 because I am a gold customer. Now let's take a look at SwitchCase. So with ReSharper, I use Control and W to select everything here and clean it up. So actually, let me define an enumeration first. Public, enum, season. So we have 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. In this case, we don't really need to give an explicit value to each of these items here because we are not working with a database or an external application where there is a numerical representation for these seasons. So we just leave it like that. And to keep my code clean, I would like to put this in a separate file. So with ReSharper, what I can do is I put the cursor here, and as you see, I've got this marker here. So with Alt and Enter, I can activate that and press Enter and move it to another file. If you don't have ReSharper, what you need to do is to go to Solution Explorer here, right-click your project, go to Add, New Item, and here you select Class to add a new class. Let's call it Season 2 because I already have a file called season.cs. So I'll put that new class here. Now I'm using an enumeration, not a class. So I can get rid of this, and then I can just go here and copy this piece of code and put it into this file here. So as you see, it's much easier and faster to use ReSharper. All right, I'm just going to get rid of this file and delete it here. Okay, so we define an enumeration called season with 4 values here. Now let's go to program. I'm going to define a variable. This time I'm going to use var, call it season, set it to season.autumn. Now let's put a switch on season. Switch season. So we put the variable in parentheses. Here we have a block, and we can have one or more case statements. I can say if season is season.autumn, display on the console, it's autumn and a beautiful season. I terminate this case block with a break statement. Now I can have another case statement here. If season is summer, console.writeLine, say, it's perfect time to go to beach. And break. Finally, I can have a default here. So if the season is none of these values, I can say, I don't understand that season. It's a little bit stupid, but that's just for demonstration. And of course, we need a break statement here. Let's run this application now. So it says it's autumn and a beautiful season. Now let me show you something. Let's say in autumn and summer, we would like to have a promotion. So instead of displaying this message here, we would like to say something like, we've got promotion. And I would like to have the exact same message appear if the season is summer. Now, as you see, this piece of code looks like a duplicate. It's not a good thing. What we can do here is to get rid of these statements here and have these two case statements next to each other. Note that the first one got nothing next to it, and the second one has the actual code that will be executed. So in this case, what that means is if the season is autumn or summer, then this piece of code will be executed. Let's run the application. We've got promotion. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.